Welcome everyone to Just Miss TV episode 154. Today is July something. 21st, 2015, and we're doing an Around the World show today. Around the World is something that Chess was made up because that's the kind of person he is. It's where you play a series of chess games at all different time controls, namely a 1-minute game, then a 2-minute game, then a 3-minute game, 4-minute game, and then 5-minute game, at which point you're on the other side of the world. So you start coming back down, 4, 3, 2, 1 minute, and so you end with a fast game again. Today we're adding a little twist. It's going to be chess variants. Now it doesn't have to be variants, but maybe it does. I'm making the rules and I haven't even decided on them. Also twist, we're doing it against the viewership. So we're going to try not to go out into the larger chess universe to find opponents. We're going to try to play against people who are in the show right now, watching live. So if you're watching on YouTube, you totally missed it. You should have tuned into twitch.tv/chesswiz at 6 p.m. GMT when you could have participated in this. But since that hasn't happened right now to me, because it feels to me like it's right now, then I'm talking to all you live viewers who are going to be able to participate. So let's go to the website, lichess.org. This is where you play your chess. And you can see I'm competing against none other than Zug Addict, but I will easily defeat him by drawing an X on his name. So the first game is going to be the 1-minute game. Now we choose any variant because it's going to be different variants each game, which should be interesting. A chess variant is like chess, but it's got special rules. It has special rules depending on the variant. So here we've got Chess 960, King of the Hill, 3 check, anti-chess, atomic, or horde. That's 6 possibilities. For the first game to kick it off, I'm going to select a random number from random.org. 1 is going to be the top of that list, which is Chess 960, and 6 will be the bottom. So here we go, generate, and it is 3. So we are randomly going to play 3 checks chess. Well, that was pretty fitting. 3 equals 3 checks, and it's a 1-minute game of 3 checks chess. We're going to make it rated because otherwise we're wasting our time. Select any random color, and I'm putting this link in the chat of the chat box, in the live chat box. So anyone who can click it can join it, but you have to be the quickest clicker in order to join. Now another thing I'm going to do here is try to get a variety of opponents, because Around the World against one guy over and over is not really against the viewership. So if you played once before, that's okay, you can play again. But if you've played twice before, then you cannot play again. So it's maximum 2 games in this 9-game streak from any one specific opponent. So now that I've said that, I've given you guys time to get your mouses ready to click on this. This is 1-minute chess, 3 checks chess. 3 checks is where you check the opponent 3 times and win instantly. Raths wants to know that. So Raths, that's how you play. That's how you play. 3 checks and you win. Of course, Rondep is here to defeat me because this has basically been Rondep TV. The last couple of episodes, Rondep basically follows me everywhere. When I turn on my computer, there he is. When I turn off my computer, hopefully he's not there, but you never know with Rondep. And he says hi a lot, so let's just say hi a few times. And I have to put, the spam filter keeps me from saying hi multiple times. You know, I keep typing hi and it just is like no. But if I put an underscore, then it's a different message. Okay, are you ready, Rondep? 3 checks and you win. And the check counter is, it used to tell you how many checks you have, but I don't know, it moved. It used to be over here, this area of the screen. Okay, don't move there. That would be really bad. Now this is really good. Don't get checked. Don't get checked. Do not get checked. Take. Are there 2 things guarding that? I think I'm good. I think he could have just taken that. I don't want that message. But 94, and then I've got some check possibilities here. So take like this. Opening up the D files just fine. I'm going to let you get 1 check at the expense of your bishop. He's not going to give up a bishop for a check. Now maybe he will. I've got some check possibilities here. This is looking good. White has quite an advantage in 3 checks chess. There's his first check. And now I will trade knights, which gives him a check in response to my check. So now we've each checked once, 2 more checks for the win. This is really difficult for him, I believe. I think it's really tough for him, actually. I'm thinking about 95, but just don't have quite enough defenders there. I want to move my knights and things. I don't think he'll want to sack his queen here. That's a second check. Does hit my king a second time if I move the knight. But the 3rd check is really hard for him to get, so I think he's just going to let that go. And here is an offer to trade queens, which he goes for. I think with one check each, I could take that pawn. Oh, there's a second check. He'd had to push it because I was going to sack my rook on it to pick up some checks. And there's a third one. Chess Whiz is a winner. I'm super excited because Ron Depp's a great player, and I love winning. So where does it? Oh, it counts the checks over here. Look, wait, what's going on? Oh, I just moved my mouse, my scroll wheel. So he has one check and I have three. My checks are behind my own face. You can't see them anymore, but they used to be there. So he played f6 because I was actually going to sacrifice my rook on f7 to get a couple of checks. If he captures, then he's dead meat because there's a second check, there's a second check. There's like 3 second checks, and pretty soon he's checked 3 times. So GG to you. That was not too difficult, actually. The 3 check strategy, by the way, guys, is this right here. Pawn e5 and knight e4 is really strong in 3 checks because the knight, as you saw, can move in either direction. Let me just, yeah. And so that actually was really effective. And I think his best move here, I don't think he's like a 3 checks pro. I think the correct response for black is c5 in this position because I cannot take a huge center anymore with d4 like I did. Because if I play d4 here, let me just go to the analysis board so I can show. If he plays here, and then I play d4. This is losing move. It doesn't look that bad, but after you notice that takes and he's going to get a check, then I do lose. See, this is very, very bad because of bishop e4. That's 1 check, and then if I block it, he captures. That's a second check, and then the third one comes really fast. And this just isn't that good for me. So c5 is the right response. He played c6, and that was how I got a big advantage. And there's also criticizers in the chat saying queen f6 was bad, d7 was missed, all kinds of things. So we're now going to put, now going to put in the chat over here. Or actually, this is an example. I have immortalized X-Ray LX by putting him as my dummy text here, but just like most dummies, I'm now removing him and I'm changing him into Ron Depp. And I won against him, and it was 3 checks. So I'm actually recording how I'm doing so that you guys can keep track. If you're tuning in just now, we're playing a 9-game match series against the viewership. Currently, it's been the 1-minute game is finished. We're moving on to the 2-minute game. Now, we're going to actually let opponents challenge me for the 2-minute game. So Fresh Clips has not really been listening because he's challenged me to a 3 minutes and 2 seconds added game. But we're going for a 2-minute game here, and I'm going to give you guys a moment to challenge me. So if you want to play, choose your variant and choose 2 minutes. Now, 2 minutes is not a lot of time to finish the whole game, especially for some of these variants like Horde, which takes 1,000 moves to finish one game. So yeah, it's pretty fast. So we might not get any challengers just because it's tough to finish a game in 2 minutes, but it looks like we just did. We got one from Fianchetto123, and he wants to play 3 checks also. Why not? Let's just do it. And the worst case scenario, we lose, and even then we'll still be alive. So I guess a heart attack would be worse than that. But let's actually put the 2-minute game is 3 checks, and it is Fianchetto123, and oh, there is no results because he filled up the screen with text. Are you ready? I got white again. That's not even fair. But I'm awesome, so I'll just keep it. Here we go. Same opening. Is he going to play c5? Because he's not play. He's just going to show me that c6 is so good, right? He's going to show me how he can win without c5. But this is really good for me. I maintain that it is good for the same reasons that I just described. E5. I can take with pawn because I love this knight pawn thing. My pre-move went away when I started drawing. That's a bug. Fix that, bug fixers. And now knight here. So my bishop is covering these squares. Looks okay. So now I can now sacrifice. I can now do it. Sacrifice on f6. Doesn't look too good, but that's 1 check. And then there's a second one here on h7. He's moving out of the way. Now I'll castle. We've got a 2-minute game. We've used 30 seconds each approximately. Knight g5. Looks like it's got some possibilities because I can sacrifice on f7. Ooh, should I take that? It's a great question. I'm not going to. I'm going to let it block me out just a little bit here. If he takes, do I take with bishop or with knight? With knight allows me to threaten some checks, and it allows queen h5. Opening that up will really be useful for the attack. Attacks are so strong in 3 checks chess because I'm doing it. Even though the bishop move was nice, scissoring in on his queen. Because, yeah, he's moving his king again. This is probably good for me. Queen h5. Yeah, this is even hard in real chess to defend against this checkmate. But in 3 checks chess, he's toast. Toastily. Toast. My best move here, maybe a rook lift. You know, I'm thinking f4, rook f3, rook h3, and just lose the knight. Let's try it. There's no way he can check me. And I have danger coming his way. So I'm sacrificing the piece. But he has several pieces here that he has not been able to move. And let's keep it that way. That seems important to capture. Not sure why, but I just did. So he's trying to tear that apart, get something happening. But let's rook lift. Oh, d4. Okay, so I'm actually going to move because this diagonal is quite bad. If I lose the defender on d4, so now let's not recapture. Ha ha! Sacrificing everything. Let's do it. Rook g3, I think, now. So that's a free thing. And let's go here. Still sacrificing a piece is like the longest hanging knight you guys have ever seen. The knight's been sitting there most of the game at this point. Bishop c4 is a possibility. That's a check. There haven't been any checks yet, but there's definitely some threats here. 20 seconds. "17 seconds for the whole game." Let's throw in one check here. And that didn't work. But now the rook is guarding c3. "7 seconds for the whole game." He's got one check there. Uh-oh. Nope, this is bad. There's the second check. Gotta protect my own self. I'm out of time. Let's remove that. No! Oh, you win! I'm out of time. You do win. Wow, that was tough. I didn't see a way to break through. That knight hung for a long time. I can't believe it. Oh, well, Fianchetto win. Let's move on. At least there was no heart attack this game. Wow. Wow, that was so close. Oh, that was so difficult. 2 checks each, and of course he's going to get his third. So he does win on the board, and he does win on the clock. But wow, I could just not quite break through. So I guess maybe knight f7 was, I cracked and gave in. I should not have done that. Instead, I should have not cracked. One check. Where's the second check? Come on, come on. Bishop, there's no other way. Maybe bishop takes h6. Yeah, bishop takes h6. Look at that brilliancy right there. Wow, that's so strong. Guys, because the bishop moves with the discovered check, so he has to take it. But if he takes with pawn, there's my second check, and then sacrifice for my third. And if he takes with queen, there's my second check, and then there's my third. I could have won with bishop takes h6, mind blown! Only it's not really blown because my mind is really sturdy. Oh well, let's put in here that Fianchetto wins, so I lose. And that's pretty cool. Good job, Fianchetto. Bishop takes h6 would have won. Yeah. Now I have to shrink you down even more. You're tiny, Fianchetto. I wonder if I can put tabs in to kind of beef up Rondev because he's so tiny here. I can't, but maybe spaces. Rondiep. That shouldn't be Rondiep. There we go. Wow, Fianchetto, you take the win. That was a good game. I'm enjoying this already, and we've only played 2 out of the 9-game series. It's going to be a long episode because I got to analyze every game and just figure out why I lost, which is I was playing someone so good. But oh well. The next game, oh, Zug not paying attention. He's like, well, 2-minute game, I'll play you. No, Zug it's now time for 3-minute chess. But he did offer a King of the Hill game, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to play with one of my few friends that remain, and I'll choose King of the Hill because that was what Zug recommended. It's now 3-minute time. So I'm throwing this in the chat. I'm going to do it really fast. Zug is like, my challenge was declined. I just spoke with Zug before the show. You know what he told me? He said he was going to go back to bed. So I guess he's playing from bed right now. I'm not going to say I've never done that. So Lil Koff 1 is now our opponent, and it looks like he's never played King of the Hill before. He's played a lot of kinds of chess, but he's completely 1500 in King of the Hill. Let's see how this goes. So in this game, it's not important to get checked, not important to avoid getting checked. What's important is controlling the center of the board right here with your king. That should be a rectangle, of course. If you move your king to one of the 4 center squares, you instantly win. which seems easy, right? But it's not, because if you start off with this king march, you will lose. And the first players who ever tried this game did exactly that. And then they were like, guys, this doesn't work. If the defender plays carefully, not only can he keep the king out of the center, but he can checkmate it. So you have to be a bit careful. Let's do some captures now. I don't want to take this because that kind of gives up center. Center control is very important in this variant, even more important than your typical chess variant, because it's all about getting your king to the center. And if you've got a couple of extra pawns controlling that center, really makes it hard for the enemy king. Now you notice I'm playing a normal chess game here, castling. I think this is the right thing to do. It's just castle, la-di-da-di-da. I'm just developing my pieces, because he's not going to get anything done with this king except checkmate himself. Zygotic has a slow computer. He says he tried to click the link. Oh, he's obnoxified. But look at this. He's like, instead of making me wait for the game and declining, then I have to go back to the channel, check the chat, etc. He's grumpy. Well, Zygotic, what you should do is anti-grump yourself and then challenge me to a 4-minute game, because the next... Oh, Fresh Clips TV, too slow. Because the next game after this 3-minute will be a 4-minute game, and this represents 4 right here. So you're going to need to challenge me to that, and then I might just play you a game. But there's no guarantees I won't win. I don't think I want to capture this, because opening up the center might be a bad idea with the enemy king running around. Let's maybe knight b6. Knight b6 put some onus on my opponent. Guys, onus is a really useful word because it sounds like something that's offensive, but it's not technically offensive. So you could just say things like, well, you seem to have the onus on you. And your opponent will be so discombobulated, he'll defenestrate himself. It's very effective. Or should I say, it's super effective. Capture, 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 capture. The point actually is to keep this pawn on d5, because that keeps the center blocked. My pawn blocking his pawn. My pawn guarding here. Let me do this in a different color. My pawn guarding here. There we go. And his pawn guarding here means there is no way to get in the center once those 2 pawns are blocking like that. So that's why I'm really trying to keep the d pawn here. I'm not capturing in either direction, because that would kind of give up the center the way I'm trying to hold it closed. Keep it closed because I don't want that enemy king to go la-di-da-di-da and just win, because king of the hill chess, that happens. That happens a lot. Jug Addict, I mean no disrespect to you, certainly. And if you're still watching. So look at that. SRXA knows what to do. Fresh Clips TV is trying to get in there. So those 2 guys, they're doing it right. Terminoil is falling behind. Decline you, because it's supposed to be 3-minute. This is the 3-minute. We're playing 4-minute next. So it's definitely tricky keeping track of those time controls. So we're developing our pieces normally. The strange part of this game is the king e2. The point is he thinks, well, king e4 coming right up. I don't think so. I think we'll just keep this closed. Check him a few times. It's going to be good. Terminoil got here late. That's all right. That's all right, Terminoil. I'll just Terminoil your face, and we'll see what happens. I think I'm okay here. There's no way you can enter one of these 4 squares from e3. Not if I have anything to say. And I do have a lot to say. You guys ever notice Chessman TV never stop talking? And I never stop. That's because I have something to say. And it is, you cannot move your king to the center right now. Nice try. So now we've got a closed center, which means the d5 pawn is critical. It is critical, just like the next 2 weeks, because that king is not moving into the center because of this pawn, and only because of this pawn. So if this pawn dies, his comrade, Dr. Pawn, needs to move into his place. You won't even notice the difference. It's going to be pawns all the way. d5, pawn, pawn d5, d5, pawn d5, d5, pawn. It is not unpawning itself. This looks good. I don't know what he's doing. It's pretty crazy. You're pretty crazy. Let's keep developing here. It's 1 minute each. This could become a clock game here. Knight c4 looks pretty annoying to him. Great, I'm not him. I'll play it. That looks delicious. Oh, that looks fun. It's looking okay. Oh, he's running low on time. Yeah, let's take this one. There's not a lot of defenders to that c3 knight now. He's still trying to get into e4, but it's just tough with this excellent pawn. This is my favorite pawn, by the way, guys. Not to demean the other pawns. Notice this was more important than taking a free queen. I'm not taking that queen because the d5 pawn is my favorite. And now some checks, and we'll just demonstrate to him why he should never have played king e2. Because it will make him run out of time. Guys, that king. that king has moved too much. You're making me laugh, demonstrating so well what not to do in King of the Hill. Because his king now is on the first rank, no better than my own king. Ah, interesting move. I see you have 5 seconds for the entire rest of the game. Guess I'll take a free pawn. Oh, it's so tempting, but that pushes him out this direction. I don't think I want him going that way. A little too scary. Let's capture this. Oh, 1 second. Oh, 0 seconds. Oh, you're still alive. Oh, 0 seconds. Get out of the center. Oh, out of time. So close. No, actually, I have a queen and 2 rooks, and you have a king. That's not so good. But wow, that was definitely a demonstration how not to play King of the Hill. Actually, for all of what I'm saying to criticize this guy, actually, I kind of did like King E2 as long as if you're calm, if you stay calm. I actually think it was King E3 that was going a little too far, saying, oh, I'm so over-eager. I'm taking the center with my king. I think that was kind of impossible because there was still so much on the board. But King E2, I mean, that keeps some flexibility. You can play a chess game with your king on E2, but he got even more overzealous. He was overzealous, and then he overzealous himself, and that's what happened. So that is a victory for Chess Whiz. Don't even mind. If you're just tuning in, we are playing Around the World Variants against the Viewership, which means a 1-minute game, 2-minute game, 3, 4, 5, and then down to 1 again, which means it's super long. Cough against Look Cough 1, and that was, and I'm going to just put a slash here, and I won that game. So we've played against 3 viewers now, and so far Chess Whiz is ahead 2-1. Only Fian Channel 123 took me down in a riveting game. So now if we look at our list of challenges, we have SRXA, French Clips, Fresh Clips, Rondep, who's doing it wrong because he's challenged me to a 5 minutes, so bye-bye. Drag G Mudge Evans, God, bye-bye. So there's some 4-minute games. We've got 4 of them. Now, it would be fair to pick one at random, but that's not completely fair because Zug Addict is trying so hard to get a game with me. And he's a national master, so he should get a couple of votes. So I'm going to pick a random number from 1 to 6. If it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, we're going to get one of these 4. But if it's 5 or 6, then Zug Addict is the winner because he's that kind of person, you know. He just deserves extra chances. So generate 4. Oh, bad luck, Zug Addict. You were so close, but Wrath's going to play 3 checks chess instead. It was worth a shot, but no. So here's my 3rd game playing the white pieces in 3 checks chess out of 4 games total of any variant possible. But that's the way things go. At least it's a rated game, so we're not completely wasting our time. Now, let's just show how badly 3 checks chess can go, because I think I've got a check right there. Zug Addict says, that's it for me. I am too tired. I gave you extra chances, Zug Addict. Maybe I should have done number from 1 to 100, and if it's not 4, then Zug Addict gets to play, because really, that would seem like a reflection of his ability more accurately. Yeah, okay, he's going back to bed. I'm sorry, Zug Addict. Sorry I didn't choose you. But just like a Pokemon, I choose you. That didn't make any sense. Link. Oh no, I typed your name wrong too. Linkov? Oh no, that's terrible. Let me fix that. He tells me in chat that I didn't type Lil, because he's the little K cough, right? That totally makes sense. Little. Okay, I have trouble typing. Where are the checks going? I don't seem to be checking anyone here. I didn't go this direction because I don't like getting completely trapped in the face by pawns. If he pushed this pawn, I'd be trapped. That's why I went the other way. This happens in real chess too, guys. It's called the Noah's Ark trap. When you get these pawns going like this and they're all attacking this way, except actually this way. Well, the bishop can get completely entrapped, and that's what happens to people. D4. Mistake. D4 question mark? Mistake. I should have played E5, then knight E4, just like I always do, and then crushed him with knight E6 check. This is definitely a mistake. I'm playing badly. But that's okay. I mean, I'm playing someone who's never played before. 1500 is actually the rating you have when you've never played any chess before. So he's probably somewhere in there between a wood pusher and a fish, if you know what I mean. Probably going to be okay. Lil K Cough 1. I got it right now. Queen up. His bishop cannot move here or here. My queen is doing a great job. I think this move is really cool because now my queen stops here, 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 here. My queen guards everything. It's great. And now I've got checks. If he captures check, of course there's a knight in the way now. But don't worry. I'll fix that with my transmogrifier. Do I take that? I think so. I think I just take it, right? Now I'm attacking a rook. But more importantly, I'm attacking a pawn that checks my opponent because there's one check. Check! Oh, I just picked up a king, if you know what I mean. There's my first check right there. Right next to my mousey. Let me draw an arrow toward it. Oh, let me draw 2 arrows. Oh, 3 arrows. Wow, this is the world's best king. I've captured it with 7 arrows. That's 1 check. Now I need 2 more. This will be Dr. Patience. I'm going to play very patiently. If now I capture here, that's 2 checks, and then, well, I don't know. I'll just use a bishop. I don't care which one. I'll just move one of my bishops to h5, and that'll be a 3rd check. If you think that bishop is drunk, you're right. I'm disassembling him. Wow, he's pretty good at hourglass chess. And there's my 2nd check. Let me just count. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. This is 3 checks chess, right? Yep. Okay, this is good. Checkmate. I love the hands-free checkmate. Are you ready? Checkmate! Haha! It looks like I'm going to grab your face because of the camera. People don't actually look at the world through cameras, but right now you're looking at me through a camera and I'm grabbing your face. That's all I have to say about that. Good game, good game. I actually, once again, this is like the 3rd 3 chess game where I won or should have won by playing e4, e5, and knight e4. The knight is just so powerful behind that pawn. It's got all those directions it can check. Now this game, yeah, I got some nice queen stuff going, but yeah, that's how I really got my advantage. I just got a love letter from Mahdi, and he says, if you like Atomic, you can watch my friend. Wow, thank you for that permission, Mahdi. You know, I was just thinking, I wish I could watch his friend, but I don't know if I love Atomic. But now that he's told me that, I will ignore him. Let's put more information on this board. Let's put 4-minute game complete. 4M, 3 checks chess, and it was against Wraths, and it was a win. So ChessWiz is rocking it, if you consider winning to be rocking it. I'm a little sloppy, but that is a victory for ChessWiz. Now we've got 6 challenges and 7 challenges, and they are all 5 minutes. So people are learning. People are figuring it out. We're playing a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 and 4. Now we're on the 5 minute. Everybody knows it's 5 minute challenges. Then we're going back down to 1. We're going to see if ChessWiz wins every game from now on. So we now have one that says 4. Bye-bye, fresh clips. We now have 7 challengers, and none of them is Zug Addict, so he really did go to bed. So let's just give everyone an equal chance and play 1 to 7. You ready, guys? Ready, go! 4 again! I don't know if I trust random.org. It reminds me of Jacobs is the 4 winner. But wait, this isn't a variant, so I decline you. Oh, I'm so sorry, but it's variants only today. Any other non-variants here? No, these. Oh, look at these. These are Blitz as well. Wow, it's variant day. So now we're down to 4 options. Of course, you know what we're going to get when we go 1 to 4? We're going to get a 4. Actually, we got a 1. That's suspicious. So that's Rondep again. Okay, Rondep, we're going to play Chess 960. He's only 2100, so I'm going to crush him. So there's this great XKCD. If you just search the internet for XKCD 4, then you will get some internet results. Or random. There we go. Int get random number. XKCD is the world's best internet comic, if you're a nerd. Get random number, return 4, chosen by fair dice roll. So what you do is, if you're a programmer, you roll a die and you're like, oh, it's a 4. So then you program your program to always tell you 4, because clearly it is random. Hi. So that's apparently what random.org did, because they gave me a lot of 4s. Rondep says hi a lot. So this is a serious game, guys. A 5-minute game of Chess 960. No crazy shenanigans, except the pieces being scrambled like a blender inside a blender. Other than that, it's pretty normal. I noticed my pawn's not guarded. Is this by chance, or is he cheating? This could work. One of them is Chess Bras. No, one of them is Chess Brat. There is a grandmaster who plays with the account Chess Bra S. But that was 1 letter different. And I have to admit, if you're just 1 letter different than a grandmaster, then you're not a grandmaster. You're not even close. It's not like, oh, I'll just measure how many letters away I am, and that's how good I am at chess. It is not even comparable. You need to be exactly on or not at all. This is not nuclear bombs, which you can be kind of off, and you'll still explode the universe. This is not that. Okay, let's see if he can deal with the insta-fianchetto. It's pretty difficult. I assume you'll play knight f3. And then I'll play c5, and we will have a symmetry. Come on. You guys are making me laugh in the chat, which is ironic because I'm making you laugh in the chat too. Ooh, what a move. He's threatening my pawn that's not guarded. That's rude, man. Just attack the pawns that are guarded. That'd be the polite thing to do, but if it's not guarded, you should really just kind of ignore it. That would be way more polite. I can't believe you're just attacking that. So now I could move here and capture a rook after getting checkmated. Isn't that cool, guys? A smother's mate. Too bad I'm not falling for it. Otherwise, that'd be so beautiful. And look, he's even giving me advice. Yeah. I'm not even sure what to say, but I don't think I should type. He's trying to trick me into using my time to type when I should be using my time to checkmate him. Of course, the conversation is completely hidden by this text, so let's hide that for a moment. See what it says? Hi? Because Rondep always says hi. Hi, hi, I'm not cheating. Bishop takes g2. So strong, yeah. Okay, it's back. Hey, I can move that too. Oh, it's down there now. Great. It seems reasonable. So now bishop takes g2 is so strong, so he's going to think up something. I'm being annoyed by a hinged emu. This is actually my first time ever. Second time. I went to this park that was like a zoo, really. But it was a zoo where you're in a cage instead of all the animals. You know what a zoo is? Where you go in and you're like, oh, a bunch of animals here. And then you leave, except you just paid $100 to get in. Well, this is a zoo where you're in the cage, and the cage is called your car. It's actually kind of cool. It's a place where you drive through like the wildernessy stuff, and there's zebras and giraffes and rhinoceri. They say not to honk at the rhinoceri because your car could be rolled over by the rhinoceri. Be careful with that. By the way, that's the same as rhinoceroses. You can say either one. And so I went through that park and I drove through, and it was great till I came to the emu, because emu are birds that are about this tall. I don't mean like this tall. I mean like from the floor. They're like 4 feet tall. They're like giant miniature ostriches, and so they're kind of scary looking. Now this emu took a liking to my car, like a serious liking. Do you know what people do when they really really like each other? That's what that emu tried to do with my car. And I don't mean tried to do. He actually was like, yeah. And so my car was about to have young emus when I drove away. Very, very oppressive encounter with the emu, and I'm kind of embarrassed to relate it, if you know what I mean. I think c5 would be good. But there's this guy in the chat named Hinged Emu, which is bringing back my worst nightmare, telling me that's not what ironic mean. That's not what ironic mean. Well, I'm not sure what to say. I mean, like, are you missing an S, or am I just dumb? Not sure. But maybe d5. I'm trying to play a chess game here. Ironic emu. Why are you hinged? Don't even know. What made you an expert on irony? Is that just a trait of all emus? They're all irony experts? Because that one emu is kind of ironing my car. Then it came up to the rear view mirror. The side view mirror. Luckily, it was the side view mirror. So the side view mirror sticks out of your car, and it's like, if you want to see to the side, you look in it. But the rear view mirror is inside your car. So I'm lucky that it wasn't taking a liking to the rear view mirror. But the side view mirror was still pretty oppressive. It started looking in there and was like, oh, look, there's another emu. I know what I should do. Attack it! And so it started pecking the... Yeah, it was pretty scary. Needless to say, I kept the windows rolled up, and I tried to drive away as soon as I was sure I wouldn't be driving on the emu, which took a while, because as you know, it was doing the deed with my car. It's definitely a unique experience. Definitely is unique. And if you're just tuning in and you're hearing Chesswiz say that the emu was doing the deed, you should probably forget everything that you have ever learned. Attack and counterattack. This is my strat. Look at this line right here, going straight into knights. I'm going to crush this knight. There's not enough defenders. He can't bring enough defenders. Meanwhile, the knight is the only thing that's attacking h5 of his, other than this bishop, which is X-ray defending it. So that's going to prevent that move. Prevented. prevented by... Apparently it wasn't prevented. I take the knight. He takes my knight. Then it's tied up. Then I'm like, my bishop. So I move the bishop, and then he takes this. And maybe that's not so good. I move here. I bet you didn't see that. Can you play standard chess, please? Hold your horses tight. Wow, I didn't think about that move. What if I copy you? This is tough. I'm down on time, too. Wow. Why don't you castle already? You're being weird. The reason I played knight e4 is I'm actually thinking about, I'm thinking about f6, kicking the knight, because as soon as the knight goes and I crush him on g3, this could work. And he's annoyed because I'm copying him. Well, welcome to my world. Annoyance is the new norm. Okay, my turn to be annoyed. That's an annoying knight. Annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Consider that a noisy noise versus an oyster. So now I'm down the exchange. This is not looking good. Maybe if I turn my head emu style, it'll make more sense. Nope, it's not helping. Ron Depp's pretty much got me crushed here with his extra exchange from a sudden fork. It's not good. This isn't even a variant, Ron Depp. It kind of is. Just doesn't feel like a variant because I'm not winning. I think f5 actually. I mean, because this pawn, it's my crown jewel of pawns. It's keeping me insane. Capture that way. Mm-hmm. 40 seconds for the entire game of chess. Seems reasonable. What do you think about that move? Well, it keeps it spicy, and that's the point. When you're down the exchange, you do not want mild salsa. I think I'll pre-move this. Kind of open up his king a little bit. It's kind of open there. "30 seconds for the entire game of chess." It's hard to know exactly what will happen. Maybe I'll just wait and see. I am a great reader of the future. I wait for it to arrive and then I look at it. I am threatening takes g4, right? He only has one defender, and I have two powerful-looking attackers. This could actually be pretty interesting. Let's try that. I mean, he's got h7, but that's just a check. I'm not afraid of check. Unless it's a really big check that's going to bounce. "23 seconds for the entire chess game." That didn't work. 15 seconds for the entire chess game. 14 seconds each. We each have 14 seconds. Oh yeah, brilliant move. Jasmine just stares at the screen. B3 check. Okay, calm down. Calm down. It's just a game. It's just a game of chess. I won, guys. I just beat Rondep again because that's the kind of player I am. A player who throws away his rook for nothing because Rondep has 0.1 seconds and now he has 0.0. GG, let's just type good game because I'm sure he thinks that was a really good game. I sure do think so. Let's move this up here so you guys can see. Look at that right there. GG. That's because it was so good. Well, I feel good because Rondep's a great player and I'm glad I beat him. But in reality, he had a good position and then he started moving really fast. That was 960 versus Rondep. Oh, I feel great. I love winning. Oh, it makes me feel so good. Bam! Ran out of time. Sorry there was no commentary there while I was winning a game of chess. Just didn't have time for commentary while I won. Whoa, look at all those challenges. That's a lot of challenges. Am I looking in the right direction? Yeah, there they are. It's actually not that direction. If I look up there, I'm like, oh, look, it's a ceiling. But on the internet, you're looking at challenges. The internet is weird like that. Oh, this is nice challenges up there. It actually works. If you guys think about it, then I'm not. But it seems that way. That's the way the internet is. So now we got a zillion challenges. Are they all 4-minute games? No, actually people are noobs. They don't know that it's 4 minutes. So this one goes, this one goes. This guy's like, oh, 6, it just keeps going. Nope, 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 nope. Wow. So for those of you just tuning in, we're playing around the world chess. It goes up and then down. So we played a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute. Now we played a 5-minute game, just crushed Rondep with some elite skills. Now we're back to the 4-minute. Back to the 4-minute game. Then we're going to go 3-2 and finally a 1-minute game. It's a best of 9 where I play every game, you guys don't. But it's against different people. So this is the 4-minute game because we're headed back down. So we've got these choices. Horde, Koth, and anti-chess. We've actually already played some Koth. So we're going to take one of the other 2 options, the anti-chess or the Horde. And so that's 1 and that's 2 right there. We're going to take random.org, go 1 or 2. Which one is it going to be? Spin 1. Which is always what comes out if it's not 4. And so anti-chess it is. SRXA, a 4-minute game of anti-chess. Now anti-chess is a short game of chess because you try to lose your pieces. If you lose them all, then you win. It's kind of weird like that, which means it doesn't take a lot of moves. And so 4 minutes, I think, is going to be a long time. Let's find out. Cheese Man says, I'm really funny. I appreciate that, Cheese, but looks are not everything. So in this game, you must capture everything you can. So here, I could capture the bishop. I could capture the pawn. I cannot not capture the bishop or the pawn. You always have to make a capture if you can, but you have a choice between them. So here I've got a choice. I can lose my bishop this way or this way. Now let's go with this way. Now he has to take my bishop. There's no choice about it. Now he has to take my pawn. He has no options. Now he's got choices. And this is actually a problem for me because he chooses which one of these he wants to take. If he takes this, I must capture him. Then I'm going to must capture this. Then I'm going to must capture everything he has. So I must carefully not must do that. We'll see how this goes. What's the right move here? The wrong move here, and I just lose. Seriously, like most of the moves here, no matter what. Who is it? No matter what, yes, no matter what, I lose with the wrong move. So I have to play very carefully. You guys hear that pounding? Someone's either hammering something in or telling me that I should not make that move. Let's find out. Got 3 minutes to think about this. I hear that pounding. So he's going to move his rook away. He's going to take this, and then he's going to move his rook away so I get that one. But there's no way for him to undefend this pawn, so I might be okay with c3. c3, he has to take here. I have to take. Then he's going to say, I don't want this, right? So he's going to move away. Then I take that. Then I'm going to have to take the c pawn. There's no way for him to not guard it, so then he's going to end up taking me. So maybe c4. That pawn is not guarded. So in the way long future, when my rook has done this, and he takes me, then he'll be taking this not guarded pawn. So this could work. This could work. Let's find out. You're being eaten by the Cookie Monster, according to Little Cookoff. I can't deny it. Actually, I can't. I'm not being eaten by the Cookie Monster. Nice try. Mr. Rogers has Mr. Rogers. Why do you keep calling me Mr. Rogers? That's not my name. Ches was Rogers doesn't even make sense. So now I've got choice. Just like the American elections, though, there aren't any good choices. Oh, that was a bad one. Oh, no, now I'm good. Okay, so now I'm just going to win with Queen A4. He has to take something, which will, of course, be this pawn. So let's take this. Now he has to take one of these. This could be going really well. I'm too loud, bro. Am I really too loud? I'll turn myself down, guys. Ready? There, I'm down by like 2%. Okay, so now this is a mutual destruction game. I didn't mean to get into this, but I am now. I have 2 things I can capture, and he has some things he can capture. As soon as I can take his queen, I probably should. Did I take the rook, though? No, the queen. If I took the rook, I would lose to queen b7, and then my only move is to take his queen, and from there I would actually take his whole army. So you have to be very, very careful in this game. How do I get into anti-chess? Asks Jito. Great question. So I think I take... What do I take now? If I take his queen, then he will win. And I don't want that. So let's take this. Alex is liking to be banned. Now I can't take his queen. Oh, he couldn't have played queen b7 because that's not a capture, and he has captures he can make. I need some moderators in the chat here. There's some bad words flying around. I think I can win this now. No, I'm going to lose. That was brilliant. He takes my knight. No, I move the knight. I move the knight right now, and then I win. Ooh, and then I lose. Oh, I either win or lose. Let's find out. Oh, I lose. Take with, does it matter? Take with knight. I might be okay here, or I might not. Nope, I'm not. I take this, I take this, I take this, I take this, I lose. Oh, you are so good, XRXA, which is why he challenged me to this variant, because he's great at it. As you can see, a bunch of numbers. As you can see, there's a bunch of numbers on my screen, which means he's winning. Oh, great. And by great, I mean not great. Hopefully he messes up here. There is a chance for him to, whoops, take my pawn. It might happen, but I have a feeling he won't. I have a feeling he'll play really well. This is definitely time to fold my lower lip into 2 lower lips. Hey, that'll help. I have to take that. Then I'm so gonna win. Watch this. Then I have to take that. Then I go here. And he has to take that. Then he has to take that. What are you gonna make, man? Whatever you make, you lose. Better make something good. You can promote to anything, including a king in this game, which is what his choice is. So this is actually tricky for me. I think this is the right way to play. Pull him way over there. Now he's going to try to get in front of my pawn so he can force me to capture it. But he's not quite getting in front. Now I make something that will never capture him. Uh-oh. Everything I make will capture him. This is not good. Maybe I should just run out of time. If I make a king, if I make a bishop, if I make a knight, I'll make a knight. That'll confuse him. He moves here. Well, that was a great game. Interestingly close. I don't think I had any chance. This is an interesting position. Let's go back 20 moves. I can click kind of fast. This is an interesting position here, but I think it's a forced loss for me. This is kind of forced sequence here. I don't think I have a chance. I want to look at this, though. Analysis board. Because another thought I had was this. That kind of pulls him way over, too. But I've got the same problem. He kind of stays close. Yeah, it's no good. It's no good. Great game, SRXA. That was a pretty complex game of loser's chess, considering only losers play it. Losers. I'll just type anti, because it's anti-chess. That's what it's really called. SRXA, pretty hard to type. And he takes the win. So discouraged, but I'm still feeling good because I just beat Rondep. So I have now 4 wins and 2 losses. That's pretty reasonable. We are now down to the 3-minute game. Soul Trader wants to know if an engine can analyze this. The answer is no, not on this website. There's only move times, fen, and cross table. The challenges now are really pouring in. Bratak doesn't know how it works, but look at that. 3 minute, 3 minute, 3 minute, 3 minute, 3 minute, 3 minute, 9/11, and 3 minutes. So there's a lot of possibilities, and they are all variants. So I'm pretty impressed by the options here. Now, these are some chess 960s. Rondep has already played twice, so unfortunately, Rondep, you can only play twice in this best of 9, so you're out. But we've got some more chess, only one chess 960 and another wide variety of variants. So there's 6 possibilities. Let's just make it so that we choose at random which one we play. Number 2 is the choice, and that is going to be Likes Tal. He likes Tal, by the way. That's Mikhail Tal, the former world champion who died. Yeah, that's the one, and he likes him. So Likes Tal, you're the lucky winner. We're going to play, although you're the lucky loser because I'm about to beat you. This is atomic chess, ladies and gentlemen, where every time you capture a piece, it explodes, killing the capturing piece and all adjacent pieces, including diagonally adjacent, except pawns. Did that make sense? My cat challenged you. Please accept. He's a huge fan. Which one of you is his cat? I actually can't tell. On the internet, they can't tell you're a cat. Okay. He's trying to be tricky with move here and blow up this pawn, blowing up my king. Nice try, but I see that move, and I'm going to prevent it with h6. You might think h6 is a stupid-looking move, and you're so right, but not in atomic chess. In atomic chess, h6 is brilliant. Now, my winning move is queen f6, I think, but let's make sure that f6 is bad. Yeah, pretty bad. What about knight f6? Pretty bad. So queen f6, then bishop d3. Threatening bishop g6, threatening to take me, and when I take him, then I blow up my queen. So I have to do it though, because if f6, it's even worse when he plays here. Now, oh, f5 was a possibility. I should have considered f5. That would block off the bishop pretty nicely. I wish I had played f5, really. If you could choose to be an animal, which animal would you be? I think I would choose Homo sapien, which is code for people. I like that kind of animal. Be gentle. It's my first game with atomic. I don't believe you, because e3, knight h3, and queen f3 are really good atomic moves. You're being really spicy, and so if this is really your first atomic, where'd you learn to play like that? Oh, I don't believe it. And look at this. He's almost rated the starting rating in Fire Chess, just 3 points below. See, look at this. Look at this. I just lose right now. I just lose. I totally lose. That's how he's never played before. So believable that he's never played before. If I take the queen, he takes this pawn, blowing up my king. You lose if your king blows up. If I take the knight, blows up my queen, then he blows up my king. You lose if your king blows up. If I take the knight with my queen, his queen takes my pawn, blowing up. Did I mention that I lose? But what about king d8? Bet you didn't see that move. My queen's going to blow up. But that's not my king, so that's pretty good. King d8, then rook f8. It could work. So when he captures me on this square, it blows up everything adjacent that isn't a pawn. So it's going to blow up all of these things, except not pawns. You see what just happened? Yeah, it was bad. So now I'm still alive, guys. Totally alive. And when he says, okay, and now when I capture here and blow up everything here, then I'll blow up his king. Don't tell him, but I'm going to blow up his king. As soon as he lets me do that. His best move, of course, don't tell him, guys, but that's his best move. It's on the screen. Oh, he just played it. Never mind. Never mind. So how do I win now? The answer is, I don't. That's actually better than knight c6. Weird things happen in atomic. He's such a bogus sayer of things. This is no way his first game of atomic. There is no way. The possibility of this game being his first game of atomic is roughly the chance of him evolving out of a monkey, which some people would say that probably happened. So maybe this is his first game of atomic. I don't know for sure. That's a loud explosion, I can tell you that. No monkeys involved. It's really my first game. You're my first game too. You guys can't see that because I put the text on top, but see that right there? Yeah, that's him lying. You want to see what happens when somebody lies on the internet? Actually, nothing happens. It happens every day. It happens every minute. It happens every millisecond. There's a new lie on the internet, which means you probably should just not ever go on the internet unless you like lies. No, I guess you do like lies, because here you are watching ChessWhiz TV, and I have a message for you. You did not evolve from a monkey. And if you think that's not true, welcome to the internet. The problem I have with you evolving from a monkey is, where did the monkey evolve from? Actually, not that you didn't. I mean, I'm not saying you're not actually a monkey, but just if you just hypothetically speaking, then you'd be like, well, it evolved from a fish. Well, then where did that happen? And actually, there's like a big gap there. Like, well, fishes aren't monkeys, so that's a problem. There's a lot of problems. It's very difficult to explain where you came from. And I don't mean the restroom, I mean before that. ChessWhiz is a creationist. Interesting accusation. I see that in the chat. That someone's saying that I'm a creationist. Well, that has its own set of mysteries to it. I mean, what's easier to explain? That you evolved from a monkey, or that God made you evolve from a monkey? They're both difficult to explain. So from a scientific perspective, good luck coming up with any answers. Fortunately, this guy is running out of time. That's really fortunate for me. I think I want to get my rook to the F file just in time for him to flag, which is code for him running out of time. I think, actually, I'll play here. And then take the rook with my bishop. This could be good. He's out of time. I'm going to win. I'm going to beat you, Likes Tal. Oh, Likes Tal is out of time. ChessWhiz wins. Wow. While I debated evolution versus creation and played all my chess moves, he ran out of time. What does that say about you, Likes Tal? Does it say it's your first game of Atomic? I don't know, but you definitely sparked an interesting conversation that way. I win. He was thinking about this move, but then he saw I would take it, which isn't that bad. I mean, it just trades the rook for the bishop because the bishop explodes. But the problem, actually, is his king is kind of exposed here. So after rook e8, how does he not lose? He actually has to play knight e4. The knight e2, I would take it, blowing up his king. So knight e4 floats out there in the middle. Now, technically speaking, he just wins with knight e4, but realistically speaking, he runs out of time instead. So that's pretty good. Let's turn on my text, and let's just say I beat him in Atomic. 3-minute game of chess. Atomic versus, his name is Likes Tall. He probably likes tall people, and I win. So, I have won another game. Wow. Oh, I'm so great. I'm so glad I'm me. You guys, if you were me, you would be glad you were me too. But since I'm me, I'm the one who's glad right now. And Likes Tall is not glad because I just beat him. Now we're going down to a 2-minute game. There's just 2 games left in the show, and that is like overtime right now. So we've got a lot of people who figure out how this works, and a few people who didn't. Lethbridge Chess thinks that 4 minutes and 20 seconds added would be a good idea, and I don't. And then Terminoil is going the wrong direction because 4 is not next after 3 if you're counting backwards. That leaves us with 5 options. 2 of the 5 are Horde, but one of them is Rondep. I'm actually going to let him stay because I love Horde chess, even though no one else does. So we've got Chess Brat, we've got Fresh Clips TV, and look, there goes, oh, 1 minute. Oh, well, let's go 1 to 4 here. Let's go quick before more people mix up this thing. 1 to 4, go, 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 generate 4, which means the bottom one, which means Soldier 89 Kun, Horde chess, loving it. That's what I would have chosen if I were random.org. I would have been choosing that. Let's move this down here so you can see the chat. Hi, Soldier. Can I spell soldier without typing shoulder? Soldier 89 is a fellow streamer, or at least he's a streamer. Makes him a fellow streamer. Let's play Speedy Horde. Now, this is not a lot of time. Horde chess, by the way, he has to capture all my pawns to win. That's a lot of pawns. It's actually 38 pawns to be exact, which is a lot of pawns. So he might have trouble doing that in 2 minutes. Takes a lot of chess moves to play a game of Chess Horde. So 2 minutes is really fast. And I'm also a whiz at Horde. As you can see, my rating's over 2,000. So he might have trouble with that too. I'll beat him with my rating alone. I won't even make any moves. I'll let my rating do the playing for me. A free knight. I won't take it. That's the level of chess you'll find on ChessWhiz TV. That's not the first free knight you haven't seen taken today. If you didn't see that, you should watch the YouTube video. I'm putting this up on YouTube after the show at chesswiz.youtube.whereami.com. And if you can find that spot, you can watch the beginning of the show. Because if you're tuning in right now, you totally missed all of those wins over there that I got. And so you should go watch the YouTube recording to go catch those. Okay, now I'll take your knight. And now I will push the pawn. Oh, this is bad. That's the best move. Block that pawn so that the bishop cannot get out like that. Yes. Okay, that was kind of a weird move, but I'm low on time, so what do you expect? You expect weird moves, and you got them. Time, move faster! This is actually really critical time. He's down to 1 minute, and that is not much time for the whole game, because look at all these pawns. No! Protect that one. I needed that. But he only has 1 minute. So I could win using the sheer weight of my clock. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Could that work? Big trouble now. Big. You're out of time, soldier, I hope. "40 seconds. Things are falling apart faster than a cheese factory with cheese in it. I had to say something. "20 seconds, that's an awful lot. I might get stalemated here. Let's think about how to stalemate myself. This did not go as planned, guys. I simply lost all my pawns. I needed to not lose that one, and then I lost them all. I don't see a good move here. Alex, are you ready to be timed out again? Because you just got timed out. I'm going to ban the whole chat for this game. I resign. Good game, soldier. You beat me, but I would just like to point out that I was totally rocking you until... Actually, until... that. If I just didn't lose that pawn, I'd be doing pretty good. When I saw your rating, I didn't expect to win. Me neither. Me neither. Okay, there goes that thing. So now we have to say that we lost to Soldier 89. This is terrible, but at least there's a whole bunch of people watching that happen. Did you know that it's more important that people notice you than anything? That's why Donald Trump says such crazy stuff. It's because he doesn't even care what anybody thinks. He just wants people to think about him. There are a lot of different Republicans considering running for the Republican candidacy for the presidency of the United States in 2016. And one of them is Donald Trump. Now, someone I know was aware of all of these different candidates, and they didn't have anything to say about any of them, but they did have something to say about Donald Trump. I lost that game. And it was that Donald Trump was, and then they used some words that I wouldn't repeat on the channel, seriously some bad things about him. But that's the point. No one else was even mentioned. It's not like, oh, John McCain is so, he loves French toast. It was all about Donald Trump being such a... And that's interesting to me, because maybe if I'm like that, then people will watch my show. It's actually true, guys. If you're controversial, if people talk about you, then it doesn't really matter what they say. It's called no publicity is bad publicity. Or is it bad publicity is no, there's no such thing as bad publicity? Something like that, where it's just, if people are thinking about you, that's worth it. So that's why companies talk about themselves so much, and people talk about themselves. Even I'm talking about myself right now. Hey guys, have you ever heard of ChessWhiz TV? You should tune in Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. GMT. How come my shirt is glowing from the bottom? Notice all of the things I just said. So now we're down to 1 minute chess, and there's only 4 choices. But Rondep we've played twice. Chessbrat is not going to get to play because he is using the name of Chessbrat. Now we've got Terminal and Fresh Clips. Now Fresh Clips has been so persistent. Every time he's been a competitor in the list, and Terminal also. But Terminal chose casual. So we're going with Fresh Clips TV because I prefer not to waste my time with casual games. This is the final game, guys. ChessWhiz versus French Clips TV. 3 checks chess. First player to check wins instantly. And if I can win this game, then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins and 3 losses. But if I lose, I still have more wins than losses, so it doesn't even matter who wins. But let's win this chess game. If you don't move Fresh Clips, then we're not going to play. There's a lot of conversation in the chat about Donald Trump now. It's interesting to me. It's working, by the way. I have no comment on Donald Trump, by the way. If you're thinking to yourself, I wonder what ChessWhiz thinks about Donald Trump. Answer, I don't. And that's the way it should be. Because I'm not going to give him any flea publicity. Wow, it's 3 checks chess and you're doing that? You're so crazy. I'll block that. I'm blocking you from sacrificing your queen for checking me. This is 3 checks chess, ladies and gentlemen. Check the opponent 3 times and you win. And that's all it takes. And he's playing kind of crazily. Usually you bring out your pieces in a chess game, but here he's just bringing out his queen and some pawns. This is what beginners do in any kind of game, is they think, I find the most powerful piece in this game, the queen, and you use it. It's not the best strategy. Chess is just like American football, which is just like world football, which is soccer, which is football, which means you have to use your whole team. You can't just send out your best player and be like, okay, you score a goal, we'll watch. It doesn't work that way. So in a similar way, this player is not going to score a goal all by himselfsies. We'll see what does happen, though. Something else might happen. We are getting kind of a weird position here. It's all about the time, though. I mean, why did he challenge me to a 1 minute game if he's only going to play 6 moves and then flag? You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to move here because he has 4 seconds. So let's see if you can get that 3rd check in 2 seconds. Check me, man. Check me. Got 1 second. Check me. Check me. Come on, quick, quick. Oh, you're still going. Oh, out of time. Oh, you're still playing. Very good. But what about this move? Stopping that plan of yours. Oh, out of time. He actually had a pretty good idea there with 1 more check, but I stopped him with my mouse. That was a pretty good game. I enjoyed not taking a queen for free. You don't do that every day. So let's take a look at the final standings. This was Fresh Clips TV. He's probably advertising his own. What? I lost Ford against Soldier. I don't know what happened to my... I must have pushed cancel instead of save here. And now 1 minute was against Fresh. We'll just call him Fresh because I don't want to advertise that he's actually TV. That competes with ChessWhiz TV. So I'm just calling it Fresh. And I win that game. So final score. 6 wins and 3 other things which aren't wins. Now you might think that's sticking out over the board, but if I put the whole thing over the board, it can't even be red. It can be white though. That was fun. I enjoyed that. If you enjoyed it and you're watching on Twitch right now, you should click the heart, the purple heart, which means I'm the winner of the purple heart. No, it means you follow. So whenever I go online, you get spammy email that says ChessWhiz is streaming again. But really, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. Pacific, which is 2 p.m. Eastern. in the United States, which is 6 p.m. GMT. So yeah, click that heart, then you can be one of the 500 plus followers. And if you're watching on YouTube right now, not only should you subscribe to the channel, which you should have done already, but you also should go down to the YouTube comments and type, "Hi Chess Whiz, you're my favorite," so I can write some snarky reply, because that's the kind of person I am, and say that you're not my favorite, because I'm my favorite. No, I'm just kidding, You're my favorite. And so you can write something in the comments. That'd be fun, you know, we have a little interaction there. I read every comment on my channel, because there's really never any comments, so that's not very hard to do. And when there is a comment, I actually get emails in my personal email box that says, "So and so just spammed your comment box again," and I read that. I say, wow, I should probably ban him. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. We all have a good time here. Next episode, we're going to do something pretty fun on Thursday. We're going to solve some chess puzzles, and we're going to be giving away some prizes to the chess puzzle solvers. So get ready Thursday at 6 p.m. GMT, because we're going to give you some snap chess puzzles. The fastest solver is going to win literally things. They will win things. This has been Chess with TV. Thanks for watching.